Hot coffee, so good. It never disappoints. Hey there, hi there, hello there everyone. It's time for Hearts and Crafts with Anna. I'm Anna. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. If you visited before, it's good to see you again. On this channel, we share shopping hauls, create budget-friendly DIYs, and home decor. In today's video, I am super excited because I get to share with you how I made my grandson's boutonniere and his date, their corsage for the prom. My daughter asked me if I would make it, and I was super excited, super proud, and a little bit intimidated. Working with fresh flowers always gives me that, I don't know, a little bit of discomfort, but I have worked with fresh flowers many times for weddings and special events, but I always get that little bit of hesitation when I'm asked to do it. So anyway, let's get to my craft table. Let's go see what those beautiful red flowers have in store for us. Let's get over there before they wilt. Bring your coffee. Come on, vámonos. Let's go. Let's get to that craft room. The roses are waiting. Vámonos. For this DIY, I'm using these beautiful red spray roses, some baby's breath, this floral tape, some 24 gauge paddle wire, this beautiful red transparent ribbon, and for the boutonniere, a floral pin. For the wristcorsage, this stretch wristlet. For the packaging, I'm using some iridescent curling ribbon. And these treat bags, they measure 5 inches by 11 inches. And for my energy boost today, I have a 2-piece Milky Way. I've already had one, but because I follow the rules, I'm saving one for later. For the boutonniere, I cut 5 6-inch pieces of wire. I cut 3 roses, leaving about a 1-inch stem, then removed the guard petals from each of the roses. I then took one of the wires and poked it through the bulb part of the stem. I wrapped the wire around the stem and then twisted it together. I did this to all 3 of the roses. Next, I took a leaf and poked the wire through the back part of the leaf, making sure to catch the wider part of the stem. I twisted the wire around the stem of the leaf and then twisted it together. And I repeated this step with a second leaf. Wrapping the roses and leaves with wire helps to manipulate them into place when putting the boutonniere together. Next, I took the floral tape and wrapped the stems of the leaves and the flowers. As you're wrapping your stem, you want to pull on the tape as you twist your leaf or your flower. This helps to activate the glue, and it gives you a more flat and smooth finish. Okay, all our prep work is done, and now it's time to put this all together. I started off with the larger leaf at the back, adding the baby's breath and roses wherever I felt it looked good. I started with the smaller rose at the top, adding the second leaf slightly higher, and then bringing in some more baby's breath. Once I had this part of it together, I went ahead and wrapped it with the tape to hold in place while I added in the other roses and flowers. This is why you want to pull tightly on your floral tape, because you don't want your finished product to be bulky, but you do want it to hold tightly in place. You want to go ahead and place your baby's birth and roses wherever you like, unless of course your customer gave you a specific design or what they wanted. In this case, I was given carte blanche, free will. It was do whatever you want, Gma, just make me a boutonniere for prom. And well, okay, so that's what I did. Then you go around just filling the holes and blank spots. And once I had it all done, I went ahead and wrapped it one final time with the floral tape, wrapping it all the way down and covering the wires. And then at the very end, I just cut off the very end of the wires, leaving a nice smooth end. Doesn't that look nice? Next, I took my black satin ribbon and wrapped it around the stem using hot glue to keep it in place. Be careful with the hot glue. You don't want to use too much. It does ooze out and you do not want it to show on your ribbon. Once it's all done, bend up the bottom end, add your floral pin, and voila! You have a beautiful boutonniere. Turned out great. What do you think? For the wrist corsage, I started by gluing a piece of burlap to the metal base, giving me a better foundation to work on. Next, I made a corsage bow using the twist and loop method. I left about a 4-inch tail, making the loops about 2 inches and twisting the ribbon underneath before making the other loop. I made 6 loops on each side and used a 6-inch piece of 24 gauge wire to secure the bow in place. I cut about a 4-inch tail on the other side, coiled the wire, and glued the bow to the base of the wristlet. Next, I took 5 roses, 1 larger and 4 smaller, removed the guard petals from the roses, then cut the stems down to the nub of the stem. I applied hot glue to attach the roses to the wristlet. Now, it's been my experience that the hot glue does not discolor the roses or the flowers, but you want to be very careful and make sure to apply the glue only to the stem of your flower. Then you can apply your flowers in any design that you like best. I'm using the Prom design, and that means I'm using the one larger center flower and attaching or applying the other 4 around the center flower. Nice, huh? Next, I'm using these beautiful leaves I found in the parking lot at the florist. I'm not sure what type of leaves they are, but I knew that this color would look beautiful with this corsage. So I'm applying them next to the outside flowers on the wristlet. Now it's time for the baby's breath. The baby's breath is the finishing touch, the crowning glory, if you will. But in retrospect, I think that it would have been easier to add the baby's breath as I went along with the flowers, only because it was a little bit hard to get these little thin pieces in between the flowers after the fact. But either way, it turned out beautiful and I'm happy with the result. Once I had all the baby's breath in place, I went in and removed the pieces that I felt were sticking up a little bit too much. I then went in and filled in the spots that were still a little bit empty. And of course, this is all personal preference or the preference of your customer. And here it is, getting the Anna shake test, and it's good. For the packaging, I took the curling ribbon, cut it in half, and curled it with my scissors. I then took a piece of poster board and cut about a 4 by 10 inch piece and stuck some double-sided tape on the back to use as the base for the packaging. I then took half of the curling ribbon and some rose petals to use as the bed for the boutonniere. Next, I took a piece of double-sided tape and stuck it to the bag, then taped it to the poster board and sealed up the sides with some scotch tape. I did the same thing for the corsage. As a bonus and a gift for my daughter, I took the leftover roses and some baby's breath and wrapped them in a pageant style packaging to give to my daughter for raising a high school graduate and a great kid. I started by cutting a 16 by 16 piece of craft paper. I then placed the baby's breath just slightly below the corner, about 3 inches down, and then layered the roses and baby's breath in a fan pattern until I had the baby's breath and the roses exactly in the position that I wanted them. Once I had the baby's breath and the roses in place, I then took a rubber band and banded the bunch together. Next, I placed the roses back in the corner and folded over one side and rolled it over, then folded the other side, rolled it over, and taped it in the back. I didn't necessarily want the pointy end, so I folded it up in the back and taped it down. Next, I took 36 inches of the black satin ribbon and 36 inches of the red ribbon and tied a bow around the package. I taped the bow in the back to hold it in place. And here you have your beautiful pageant roses. I think I'm going to have 3 very happy customers for prom. And to you, graduates and parents, grandparents of graduates, congratulations for making it through a very difficult and pandemic year. Blessings to you in your future endeavors. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!